All right. Okay. Good morning, everyone. The VIX is very far overextended to the upside today. The overall market is very red to start the morning. Lots of people that went long overnight. We made a new low prior. We made a new low breaking yesterday's lows. So this is very overextended to the downside because also the VIX is very far overextended upwards. Crude oil is also up about 9% today. So there's a big culmination of different things that are pointing to a bounce into the morning. So let's see if they start to bounce it prior to the market open or if they're going to give us a chance to grab some options. But when we look at the VIX on a daily time frame like this, when it's this far overextended, it's really, really difficult to be extremely bearish on the market when the VIX is this far overextended to the upside, you know? So, have to lean bullish on the overall market. All right, so there's the bounce. That is basically, we pointed to a bounce. They're not really giving us a chance to enter it prior to the 9:30 open. It is what it is. Let's see what ends up happening if we're going to continue. Or if we pause a bit, give us another chance to enter. Normally, we should see a retest back to the original spots that we ended up falling. This should garner a nice bottom. It's just unfortunate that they're making the move occur a little bit early. Let's listen to some rain. Let me know if this is too loud. Nice and relaxing. Nice and easy. Getting a big bounce. Market opens in 5 seconds. Lots of volatility to start the morning. Nice and simple. The issue is we can't just enter blindly. We could get a pullback down to these original levels of support, which is the problem here. I was muted. Well, I hope you guys enter these swings. I was talking to myself. But yeah, good morning, guys. Essentially, I don't want to really enter a day trade yet, because we still could pull back to the original support zone from the early morning prior to market open. Even though there is strength, even though there is overextension to the downside on the NASDAQ, there's overextension to the upside on the VIX and oil. Both of these things are hinting towards bullishness for the overall day, but I don't want to really force an aggressive day trade just yet. There's no reason to do that. Better to just wait and be patient. Big red candle. Lots of volatility to start this morning. Good reason to be patient on your day trades. Wow, look at this candle. Should be bottoming out here. We are wicking at these lows. Eyes on calls here. That's risky. That's the problem. It is risky to try to go long into this weakness. But we are holding support. That's the issue. All right, I just entered at 303. I'm kind of chasing. But it is what it is. Chase. And within... Wow, okay, well. Can't do anything about that. I mean... Overall, this should be bullish. Basically, if this remains above 599.80, this should continue to rise. Jumped up 20% in one candle as right after I entered, but yeah, this just could be a very bullish but quick acting day, unfortunately. There's a lot of room to the upside still. But, yeah. There will be more trades. There will be more trades. Let's just see if this level holds. 599.80. 599.70. On the QQQ. Should be big move to the upside, to be honest. Setting up for one. Contract should be at around at least 450 on this move higher if we continued higher, but that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy move, not gonna lie. Yeah, this is definitely not a day to be aggressive because in an instant, contracts are jumping up 15, 20%, as we see. We have to be very light and trade according to levels. That's it. Trade very light and simply just trade according to support and resistance. Especially when the VIX is very high like this, things are going to chop around because they want to lower the volatility. The higher the volatility, the more expensive the option contracts are going to be. As you can see, the implied volatility on same day expiration contracts on the QQQ are 51% almost. That's very, very high. Crude oil is also continuing to rally. So to maintain a balanced market structure, where everything is properly hedged, on days like this, they're going to try to stunt volatility. And to do that, they chop it around. But my bias is regardless of whether we chop around or not, it's still bullish. Which is why, got to be light and you just have to trade according to stop losses. It's not a day to be aggressive. Not a day to everyone should be up. And a big reversal right after. That's great. Feel the bullishness. It's just stunted. Implied volatility is also starting to decrease, which is good. So it's down 0.5%. So basically what that means is when implied volatility decreases while the market is moving in a certain direction, it means that there's a higher probability chance that the direction will continue to move in that way. So the rate of change of implied volatility on same day expiration contracts is very important to monitor as well, because it helps aid in the direction. So once again, we have to be cognizant that this could be a day where we really, really capitulate, where we really, really show a lot of weakness. VIX is very overextended higher. Crude oil is also very overextended higher. We cannot approach the market today with the same vigor and audacity and confidence the way that we normally would with normal setups. We have to realize that this is a turbulent market right now, so we have to lower position sizes. keep things very light. And just experience this market, not try to really be aggressive with it. Because if we can overcome this market unscathed, then it allows us to remember exactly what happened, how we felt, what mistakes were made, what we could have done differently, etc. for the next coming weeks. Because this is going to be, most likely, this sort of market environment is going to maintain itself for the next couple of weeks, if the conflict continues. I don't think it will, but yeah. $670 is holding on the SPY. The IWM is also trying to curl upwards. The QQQ is still holding $599.70. So it's really trying to hold this area of support. Which is a very good sign. Implied volatility is down 1.5% from the open as well. So VIX is still at the highs though. So we can't do anything about that. The dollar is showing weakness. Please do not get manipulated into buying into strength. Or, oh my god, I saw a bunch of green candles, let me go long. Keep it very, very simple today. Go long at support. Have a very tight stop loss and go very light in your position sizes. Have some rain. Background noise. Nice and calm. Nice relaxing. You know, we don't want to come into this market today aggressive. Just let the market do what it wants to do. If it wants to bounce, let it bounce. If it wants to fall, let it fall. This move to the upside still doesn't really mean anything, because the move to the upside should be all the way up here. We should retrace back on the QQQ to at least 602, 602.50, 602.30. This could still just reverse back. This could be a bull trap. We went long down here into support on this candle. What happens now? Still, you know, it could just chop around. So do not get your hopes up for a market like today. As you can see, right? We had a really big, strong green candle, and then right after that, a big red candle. So this is the market environment that we're seeing today. Okay? So I hope this makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised to see a new low, honestly, but because we have to realize, you know, this could be a day where they continue to drop it lower and lower, and you know, we have to be cognizant of that. There are days on the Nasdaq when we drop 3 to 4%. So on days like potentially today, you don't want to be super aggressive. Oddly enough, we dropped right down to 600 on the Nasdaq. The SPY dropped down to 670.50. And we might end up bouncing off of this, which is really unfortunate for all of the people that ended up going long into this strength. You know? So it's important to just not get manipulated by the market today. That's the main goal. Look at how choppy this is. Zooming out, just look at how choppy this is. When things are this, when the VIX is this high, things are this choppy. It's ridiculous. Just be careful of buying anything aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised if we drop below 670 and then we end up even holding the low of day and then bouncing off of that. All of that is possible. On days with high volatility, overshoots to the downside and the upside can easily occur. But once again, it's purely based off of the VIX, crude oil, the dollar, and the overextensions to the downside on the NASDAQ and the ES. I'm more so bullish on the market than I am bearish on day trades. But good luck, honestly, you know. SPY wicked below low of day, painted a big green candle. IWM did the same thing. The NASDAQ is back above 599.70. Didn't get a chance to retest low of day the same way that the SPY and the IWM did, but wicking below low of day the way that the SPY just did is very, very bullish. Implied volatility is also down about 6% from open. In this candle, contracts has jumped up about 25%. So things are moving really quick and aggressive. And boom goes the motherfudging dynamite. God damn, look at what just happened to the contracts. Because implied volatility is decreasing. It's allowing the contracts to start flowing a bit freely now. So this should have been a good, nice little play. Should continue. That manipulation that just occurred on the SPY and the IWM was... Okay, 1 second. It's very wonky. The upside target should be at least like 602.50. We actually just tapped 602.50 on the dot, actually. That's unfortunate. All right. We hit 602.49. Oddly enough. It's a bit tough to be bearish still. Tough to be bearish still. SPY is trying to hold above VWAP. And it's trying to break above 673. 673 is major resistance on the SPY. 602.50 is major resistance on the QQQ. QQQ resistance also coincides with the 200 simple moving average on the 1 minute time frame. I still wouldn't really go short, but this is where I would sell most of my position for a bit of a pullback. Damn. Yeah. It could still rally. It could still rip to 604. So this is where essentially I would hold runners for 601. Around the prior high of day, it needs to hold as support. Essentially. On the QQQ 1 minute time frame, the prior high of day needs to hold as support. Yeah. We hit 602.50 on the dot. I don't know, man. It's normally on a normal day, we might just end up going short here, to be honest. Prior highs are holding a support. It's a good sign. It's a very good sign. And manipulation at resistance. Market can be 50-50 here. Not a time at all to even, if you made money on the trade or anything like that, like, this is not a time to be holding a full position size at all. This isn't even a time to, like, enter a new trade or anything like that, to be honest. Like, let the market do what it wants to do here. It's literally a 50-50 trade. $671.60 is holding on the SPY. The Nasdaq is still holding prior high of day. It's unfortunate. Implied volatility dropped. Is still dropping, which is very nice. Contract price value is also not skyrocketing as much, which means that there's still more room to go to the upside in the underlying QQQ price itself. So they wicked it at the stop losses that most people would have, which is the prior highs. So they wicked it with this candle at 10:05 a.m. and they held support. The SPY is manipulating the crap out of bears today. So this is a really, really unfortunate time to be bearish. And the reason why I'm not even really... Normally, I would go short here. But it's just difficult because the VIX is so far overextended. So I would rather... And just these other reasons, the implied volatility, the rate of change and then applied volatility, the various other things. So we had to take profits, right, on our longs here because we also technically hit our... we hit our target to the upside, the resistance that I initially thought, 602.50. But now this is where the market can go ballistic. or 50-50. So it is what it is, man. Don't want to see short. I don't want to see a short work, honestly. But the setup was there for a short. It's just would rather be safe than sorry today. Stick alongside the momentum and where the buyers are. The ES is holding the 50 simple moving average. QQQ is holding VWAP. If anyone took the short, how much percentage did this mother fudger increase? Okay. Okay, we're back at support. We're back to 599.70. Let's see if this gives another good long opportunity. Let's see if we can take a long opportunity here. That's crazy. The 600 calls are still up. That is crazy. Damn. Implied volatility is starting to increase again. Interesting. Damn. I'm in light calls again. This is a lotto. This is really risky. I'm in 601 calls. It should be good. We should normally be breaking high. Contracts should not drop. The 601 calls should not drop below around 280. 275, 280. It's a really good sign that we held 599.70 really well. It's a really good sign that the SPY held as well. At 670.90. As soon as we get a nice rip above 602.10-ish. This is a really important resistance here. If we get a rip above 330, 335 on the contracts, I'm going to sell some. All right, they're at 340. All right. All right. 350. Nice. Okay. Keep contracts in green. Should be good. We should not be testing those lows again. I think we manipulated at the lows enough. This should start to rally now. I think we caught it. 9 times out of 10, this is a catch. And this is when we start to rally above. This is not a good short opportunity. So let's see. I'm not adding to the position, though. Do not add to the position. Because once again, volatility is very high. What we saw time and again is that when there was extreme strength, they manipulated it back down. So it's not the time to start getting excited. So once again, the rain, the rain sound is there to calm us down, to keep us grounded. Because look, oh my God, we're seeing some strength. Oh, time to go long. Oh my God, we're seeing some weakness. Time to go short. No, our job today is not to get manipulated. So far, we're doing good. Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you guys are green for the day. If you guys made money with these trades, can you guys put a 1 in the chat? Everybody, I need to see some 1s. I know some of these trades were quick, but the levels that I'm sharing and everything, they should be holding. Drop some 1s, guys. All right, nice. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. I'm not too worried about even taking profits right now, which is a good sign for the overall strength of the market. Because, you know, you guys know, like normally if I see some weakness in the market, I would just sell and I would regret it. Right now, I don't even regret holding, which is a really beautiful feeling, to be honest. So, let's see. Who knows? Who knows what will happen today? Going short is a complete gamble. It does not really even make sense. Even if we were to pull back, it is such a bad trade. It would be very, very aggressive to try to go short on this. Even if it works, I don't regret not taking it. Come on, just stop. Stop playing these games. Stop playing these games, man. Stop playing these games, man. Don't post a red candle just for it to bounce back up, man. Don't do all this. Rip it, rip it, rip it above this. Stop. Don't even pause here. Close above 75% of this candle. Close above the candle. Just close above the body of the candle. Quick. Just quick rip. Quick rip. Come on. It's playing games. Make sure you guys have solidified majority profit. This is a 50-50. Nifty 50. Normally this rips to the upside. But like normally this absolutely skyrockets. I just don't really like how we didn't close above this candle body. Does that make sense? I would have liked to see it close above the candle body or really confident. But still holding support. Still doing well. But it's starting to slow down, which is the problem. So if it starts to slow down now, then it can start to chop around for the next maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And in that 5 to 10 minutes, the QQQ can retest back to 601.70 and then continue back up higher from there. So that's why, you know, you want to solidify majority profit. $50-50 trade up here. I'm still bullish, but it's a 50-50 trade. Complete transparency. Not really a good spot to go short, but also not a great spot to go long at all. Going long here is very aggressive as well. This is a very bad trade to go long. Unfortunately. Playing games here. So here's the chop. Most likely for another 5 minutes at least. 5-10 minutes. The longer it takes to really rip to the upside here, the higher the likelihood probability that we see that level that I mentioned, 602, 601.80. Wonder what's going on with China. We're closing above the candle body. Nah, we need to close above the candle itself now. This is not really... This is still choppy behavior. Once again, if I start sounding a little excited, don't start entering a larger position. Still 50-50 trade here, everybody. it should just crawl higher, bro. Like, this is not a time to short. What are going on with the contracts right now? My internet is bugging out. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Oh, good trade. Good trade. Everybody should be green. Damn, good trade. Not the easiest, like, you know, this is the sort of setup. This is the sort of days where you lose so much money, you know? So it's a really, really good, it's amazing, you know, that we're doing well. It's a blessing that we're doing well, honestly. It's very easy for people to be manipulated by price action. Everyone can see the market is very, very red. Oh, okay, now I'm going to trade alongside what is going on in the market. You know, generally that works, but not at extremes. $604 should be on the table on the QQQ here. That's when it makes sense to sell the entire position, and then it could just rally another $3 from there, honestly. So that is the predicament that we're in right now. Like, if you're not holding like 50 contracts, then it's like this is a great spot to sell your entire position also, you know? Like, but you run the risk of it just flying. So yeah, and unfortunately, today's not a day where you could size up. So, you know, as long as you're holding something, just to keep your feet wet, so that you don't, you know, regret not being able to catch the move, so that you could tell your kids one day, like, hey, you know, on the day that, you know, Iran and the U.S. was, you know, we had that oil spike and everything, I caught the lows, and I caught like a huge, like 100-200% gain to the upside. You know, as long as you're holding something, doesn't need to be 100 contracts, just to say that you did it, you know. Got 3 contracts left. Nice. Okay, Nasdaq is starting to tap at this upper Bollinger Band. Hmm. 604 is acting as resistance on the Qs. 674.30 is acting as resistance on the SPY. This is normally a really amazing shorting opportunity. This is normally a beautiful shorting opportunity. Applied volatility is down 11% from the open. This is damn, bro. Should we short this? We have to short this, I think. Damn. Target would be around 602. This is a short. Shit. This is a short. Damn. I have to take this. Be another lotto size. Should be a sharp drop to 602. Yep. Damn. Yeah, I'm in 603 puts. Very, very small position. 604 basically stop loss on the NASDAQ. And we got stopped out. Hold on. We're about to get stopped out. Let's see. We hit the 604 and they... yeah, bro. The market's very strong. Let's see if 604 we hold is resistance. Pussy market. What a bitch. Yeah, alright, that's that. It's all good. Had to take it. Unfortunate. All good. Had to take that L. Setup was there. The setup was there, man. What can I say? Caught these longs really nicely. It is what it is. But, this was a really risky trade. Had to take it. That's life. But, I wouldn't be surprised if we just pull back very heavily from here, to be honest. But don't really want to force anything. We did well already today. I'm in 603 puts again. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really want to keep playing with fire, to be honest. It's no use. We made a lot of money to the upside already. So if we can maintain 170 on the contracts, then I'll stay. But otherwise, it doesn't really make sense to force a top when the market is this strong. Our swings are up nice. crude oil is still at the highs of the day, but the market is bouncing because the VIX dropped very aggressively. All right, I'm in the last short. Last short. Sold some. Stop loss at 190 for the runners. I'd like to see this keep its foot on the gas to the downside. We're at the 20 exponential moving average here on the 1 minute time frame on the QQQ. Not a good spot to go long, however. So we should, let's see if we break lower. Nonetheless, 190 is a stop loss for the runners. Contract should be up. We're seeing the foot on the gas to the downside. Let's see if it continues lower and remains below the 20 exponential moving average here. That would be ideal, but it's not a guarantee. Damn, beautiful. Beautiful trade, beautiful trade. Everyone should be at what? At least 15, 20%? 10%? Who knows, man? Everyone should be up big, at least. And if we, just keep your stop loss to remain in profit and do not marry the short side here. Ideally, we want to see it remain below the 20 exponential moving average, but, garnered some good profits on this move lower. Plenty of time. We never retested anything, so it was a bit of a chase, right? But we kept the momentum on the downside, essentially. So, but yeah, this was this is still relatively not the move that I expected us to see. Obviously, to the downside. There's still a lot of room left to go. So, but the issue is that obviously the market is very bullish today. So, normal, extremely bearish scenarios are not working well. So, that's life. If it can remain below the 20 exponential moving average on the 1 minute time frame, that's pretty good. That is going to signal a big drop to 602. So the target to the downside, as I initially entered it, I wanted the SPY to hit at least 673, and I wanted the NASDAQ to hit 602.50. We should have vomited below the 50 simple moving average. But no guarantees in this life. But this should be churning lower. 9 times out of 10, we had to take the shorts. That's why up here, as we were overextended, we went long at the lows, right? But then once we got up here, things were really bearish. So we lost 2 trades. We took the loss on this one and this one. But, we just had to take these shorts, man. Still early to go long. 602.50 should be on the table here. The SPY is right at support, though, unfortunately. 673.80 coincides with a very important fib level for the day. That is unfortunate. Very heavy, very aggressive time to try to go long here. There's still a lot of room to go to the downside. The VIX dropped very heavily, right? This is a good time for the VIX to try to bounce as well. I'd be surprised if the market holds this, to be honest. I would be quite surprised. Are we holding support? Wow. They're trying to hold support, huh? Look at these gladiators. Thank God, man. Just got one of my tickets reduced. Just got an email. Driving with a suspended license. And they reduced it, thankfully. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Shorts are working. Lawyers are doing their jobs. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. Yep, beautiful. There's no reason to try to hold that. Good, 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 good. As you can see, then if you guys are looking at the Nasdaq on a 1 minute time frame, I don't have the moving averages on this chart, but the 50 simple moving average just broke. You know, like, do not always have the moving averages as clear-cut, strong levels of support and resistance. Oftentimes, they don't always work. They're more so magnets. Beautiful. This is why I was so bearish. You have to take these small losses to get these bigger wins. And I will always take it. Trading is a numbers game, man. I don't care about trading, you know, and losing, because it is what it is. You have to take high quality setups. Beautiful. Constructs are at 330. Can't argue with that, guys. Cannot argue with that. Perfect. It just coincided so perfectly, man. The VIX was only up about 5% at the highs. From being up almost 20%, it dropped down to 5% within this move to the upside. No. Crude oil is still up almost 10%. It's not as if crude oil started to drop. Crude oil is up 10%. 9.92. So the conditions that were there for the VIX to be that skyrocketing high were still there in the market. Crude oil was still very, very strong. I'm getting offered to play video games. Video game streams. Oh my god. Okay. I hope you guys took a lot of profits. We hit 602. Should we go long is the question. Should we go long is the question. Or should we call it for now? I think we should just call it for now. Damn, I would normally go long, honestly. I would go long and live with the consequences, honestly. That is what I would do. I think we might have to do that. I think we might have to do that, guys. So, 1 second. 603 calls. Yeah, I'm in 602 calls. Okay, let's see if that continues. very light. Lotto trade, 602, stop loss. Bada bing, bada boom. You know, playing with profits, probably not going to work. It is what it is. Going to be our third loss for the day. But, hey, I got to take it, unfortunately. If the market is legitimately very strong, it would hold this level because it hit our target price to the downside really well. So let's see what happens, honestly. 673 is holding as support. 672.50 on the SPY is holding as support. The NASDAQ is holding 602. What are you going to do? Bada bing, bada boom. And the contracts are bouncing. Beautiful. You had to take it, man. You had to take it. You had to take this motherfucking trade, man. You had to take it. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my lord. Beautiful. Wow. God damn. God damn, bro. Holy shit. 40%. I am going to sell most here. And yeah. Yo, I need to see some ones in the chat. After you guys take profits on this, I need to see some ones in the chat real quick. Everyone just drop some ones in the chat. Go ahead and you know, comfortably take some profits. I need to see some ones in the chat, bro, because these trades right now are really, really good. And I think as I'm streaming, voice chatting and everything, showing my screen, it just inevitably like makes the trading experience so much better. And I don't care about because I think I'm verbalizing my thought process. So I'm just naturally taking every single trade setup that I see, and I don't really care about the consequences, because I think before I just wanted to be as perfect as possible, and you guys would obviously, you know, it would be hard. Like, say for example, I entered like if I just posted on Discord at 10:54, you guys, you know, sometimes you would look at it at you know, 20-30 seconds later, and then by then it would be too late because we get big ass candles like this. So you know, I'm glad this is working out. Good week. Really, really amazing week. Holy shit, bro. This is crazy, man. I would love to see a break of high of day. I would love to see that, because if we break above high of day, then this is... Oh, man. Contracts are at 330. Sorry, 330. And not the time to be bearish. There's room to the upside still. I'm gonna just, honestly just want to call it a day, to be honest. I have some personal things that I need to do right now. I'm gonna post some more swing trades and everything. If you guys want, on the YouTube, if you guys would like to, if you guys want to like just leave the tab open, it would help my watch hours, and it would help push this out. So if you guys want to like the stream and do all that stuff, that would really help. Does that make sense? So I hope you guys do that, honestly. If there's another trade setup, I will let you guys know. But for now, I'll end the stream when I leave it the trade completely. I'm not even speaking properly right now. But yeah, basically just keep it. Don't let the contracts go red. Keeping it open all day. Thank you, bro. Been with you since the long hair. Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna be live streaming every day. Hopefully, yep. During the early New York session, I'm gonna be live streaming every day. Bot trades, markets don't go long, thinking to short term because you're bored over trading. I missed the chat. Staying short past this bounce. I am via call spreads. I'm short SPY, XLF, Jets, CRWD, FedEx, and long MSTR. Polymarket, yes, outcome 36%. Following on June 30th, 2026. I feel like SPY absolutely pukes next week. This is just a try to hold the market together day. Yeah, markets could puke over the weekend for sure. Markets kill, don't go long. Yeah. Well, let's see. Things are starting to chop around. They should continue to rip higher. The contract should see around 375 to $4. Honestly, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised, honestly. So. Our swings are up really nicely, man. Both contracts are up almost the same amount of money. All right, things can just chop around here, to be honest. So today was a very successful day, man. We did very, very well. We remained patient. We remained calm. We didn't get over. We didn't get exuberant when we initially saw the strength in the morning. We didn't become extremely bearish when we saw the weakness in the morning. We did very well, especially on a day with this intense volatility to start the morning as well, with so many different factors going on in the market. We traded really well. Good job, everyone. this is still decently, overall strong. Even though we did get that pullback, if the Nasdaq can hold above, if the QQQ can hold above 603.50, 604, which is literally exactly what it's doing, it's a make or break level for a continued move to the upside. All right, I'll see you guys later, man. Thanks for tuning in on TikTok. I'm going to call it a stream. If you guys want access to the rest of the Discord server with all of my swing trades and the rest of my trades, go ahead and click the link in my bio. I also share access to my trading view indicator and everything as well. So if you guys have been doing well, you know, looking forward to see you guys in there. Lots of cool people making money in there as well. So take care, guys. Love you guys. Have a good one. See you guys on Monday, or I will post some more videos over the weekend. Hope you guys made money today. Love you guys. Take care.
Brooklyn, New York, 11209. Our fax number is 718-630.